What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Full Potential 1000, where we surpass our limits and seek for higher and higher selves. And I have another topic today. This is called Lessons from My Mother. Now, let's get straight to the point. This lessons from my mother is something that I have thought about from seeing my mother and seeing how she moves and acts. And this was because I let my mother do anything and do everything for me. For a long time, even now, I still feel like she still does things for me, of which I appreciate, but since it is my life, I have to be the one who takes control. Now, the advice from this to you is that the lessons that I learned from my mother is one, perseverance. Was it perseverance? Skip that shit. Perseverance. Yes, perseverance. I don't know how to pronounce it very well, but I know the words. Perseverance. That's what the main thing that I saw in her. The one thing that I always saw in her. She had that. She had that strength to always push through, no matter what. And I have to advise to you, my community, that anyone who watches this, no matter what situation you are in, no matter what hole you are in that you think that you are in and you're never going back up from, persevere, push through, and don't stop. That's the one thing that I retrieved from my mother, from the way she kept on moving, from the mentality she had. She'd always complain about things, but I always had that one thing to keep on pushing. She never gave up. She never sat down. That's the drive you have to have for all that you do. Now, whether it is your dreams, your goal, your life, passion, even dating. So many men have problems with getting women, and that is a problem within self, but also perseverance. That also takes play in that. You have to have the mentality to just push through the rejections, to just have that shield that rejection just bounce off you. That's the one first thing that I learned from my mother. Take pride in your perseverance and take pride that you can move through troublesome times without breaking down. Number two, from lessons from my mother, is that's when I learned that women cannot be leaders. Why do I say that? Because as much as my mother took charge of my life so many times, but that's a whole nother explanation from another video to why she did that. But she took charge of my life and took the role to lead my life. And I was viewing, of course, because I'm in the back seat, viewing her driving. She was not a leader. Why do I say that? Is because she was not straight. She always fluctuated. If it's this, it's that. If it's that, it's this. This time let's go left. This time let's go right. This time let's go up. She could not have one goal and just push through it without turning away from it. And that's because she was rooted deeply in her feelings. And I remember that even though I could advise her that, mother, you're taking decisions based on feelings, hence why you feel that you have this problem and you feel that this affects you. She still couldn't take heed of that advice because her feelings have such a deep grasp to her. Because that's how women move. That's just them. They move based on feelings, and we men cannot move based on feelings. Or let me say, supposed to not move on feelings, because once we move on feelings, that's a dangerous man. A man who is very emotional is dangerous because he can murder you and murder a lot of people just because he was angry, just because he was sad, remorseful, resentful, and he murders a person. They can't be leaders. That's the truth I received, that I learned from my mother trying to lead my life. She fluctuated because of her feelings. She felt that way. Next day, she feels this way. And I also noticed that whenever she has a good day, it's never because it's deeply rooted in her and she's the one who made her happiness. It's always something outside of her that made her happy. And it was always like a graph, a line graph, like this, like this. Today she's happy because she got some cash or something. And then someone just comes in and ruins her day, and bam, her whole day is just a bad day now. She never knew. And even if she knew that you are the person that creates your own happiness, she still go to feelings. Two lessons from my mother that I learned is perseverance. Even though she always fluctuated and shit, she still had the perseverance that I want to help my son. Whenever an opportunity came, she did it for my son. It's the one thing I learned from her. And the second one is that women cannot be leaders. So I want you, men, to understand that when you're trying to put a woman in a position to lead, just expect fluctuations. Expect a leader that is emotional. Expect that good days will turn to bad days immediately. I know some of you men enjoy letting women lead you. And of course, I don't. I'm just held back that it's my mother. I don't even want to disrespect her. But I have found that it's my life. I have to take charge, no matter how she feels. We as men, we need to take charge of our own life for our own self. Don't let anybody take charge for you. Don't let anybody make decisions for you. Always create what you want and do what you want based on what you want and how you want it.